This patch, they happen to be running 2 new characters in what is a very light reward patch. There's not a lot of pulls in this patch. People are very upset by that. Most free-to-play accounts cannot afford to get even one of these 2 characters. And this character right here is one that most people are very excited about. She has been teased since the very early days of the game, like back close to when Varco was introduced. I mean, she's a very, very old character in the lore as far as when she was introduced in the lore. So, you know, I try to put myself in the shoes of a free-to-play player, even though I am not, but still. It feels incredibly dirty and unfair and underhanded, and it feels like they just don't care about their players when you think about it like that. And the thing is, I think that they think that we're going to be getting into a new region in August, Snezhnaya, and people are excited about that. And they think that people are all outraged right now, but within a week or two, they'll forget all about it, and they'll do the Archon quest, and they'll love it. Because the Archon quest is really good. I've played a lot of it so far, and it is fun. It is a great quest. It's engaging. It's interesting. It does feel like I'm watching like a really high-quality anime, actually. But there is literally nothing else to do in this patch. The events are lazy as fuck. At least the ones we've seen so far. And how the fuck are you supposed to get 2 characters? How are you supposed to even get 1 character without putting money into the game? And the thing is that in the past, that is what would have happened. People would be upset, and then a new map comes out, or a new quest, or, you know, a new patch that it has a bunch of cool shit in it, and everybody moves on, and they totally forget that they were upset. That is the nature of life, right? We live in a fast-paced, you know, hard-hitting, the news happens, and then, you know, 24 hours later, everybody forgets that it ever happened, and it could be the craziest thing ever, and then everybody moves on. Everyone has ADD. Nobody has the attention span to retain a resentment for more than 5 minutes nowadays. So they move on, and they continue playing the game, even though they bitch about it all the time. And I am not throwing shade at anybody, because I can include myself in that. I'm like that too, you know? And so anyways, there's a difference though now. And the difference is that even, you know, 6 months ago, or even 3 months ago, there was just not as much competition. You had Wuthering Waves, and then you have the other Hoyoverse games. And other than that, there's not really any really big gacha games that are competing with Genshin Impact in this market. And so they're raking in the dough. They're raking in millions of dollars every patch. And they don't really need to listen to player feedback. The surveys are a joke. They clearly don't read them. Or if they do, whatever feedback they receive goes directly into the shredder, and they continue to do with whatever the fuck they want. And as long as no one gives them any consequences by taking their business elsewhere, they will just continue to do that, and will continue to receive a shit product. That's how the world works. That's how the free markets work, right? If someone manufactures a shitty product and you happily lap it up, you purchase it, you bitch about it, but then you come back for more and you say, "Thank you, sir, I will have another." And I continue to allow you to piss in my face and pay you to do it, no less. You're just going to continue to piss in my face, right? And until I start making you suffer the consequences by saying, "No, sir, I will not allow you to piss in my face. I will take my dollars elsewhere. I will take my business elsewhere." Or if you're a free-to-play account, I will uninstall the game, and I will go play a different game or whatever. Well, now that's actually happening, and this is the difference. There are 3 big games that have come out in the last 3 months that have really shaken things up, and I think Genshin is going to feel the squeeze the most. Their other games will too, but to a lesser degree because their other games weren't as popular to begin with, and their other games actually are more generous than this one. There's a reason for that too, right? If they started getting really stingy in Honkai Star Rail or in Zenless Zone Zero, then their already diminished player base would be non-existent. Genshin Impact has been the biggest gacha game in the gacha sphere for as long as it's been around. It's just always been on top. Well, games like Neverness Everness have come out, and I think they're really going to challenge Genshin Impact for the throne. And it's already debatable that Wuthering Waves makes more money than Genshin Impact. I don't think they do, but I think it's closer than people think, and I don't think the numbers are accurate because a lot of the numbers that I see posted in Reddit and other places are only measuring mobile spending. And obviously we know that mobile represents such a small chunk of players. Most players are playing on PC. There's a lot of mobile, and then there's a small handful of console gamers. So the numbers aren't really accurate, but I think that Wuthering Waves is coming close to Genshin Impact as it is. And the thing is, pretty soon you're going to notice that the playing field is going to be completely even. I did do another video about this and where I directly compared some of the things that Wuthering Waves has been doing better than Genshin for a long time and why it's still the case in 2026. You can find that video on my channel. It came out about a week ago or so. But anyways, yeah, it's I don't think it's even up for debate at this point. And it's not just WUWA. It's a lot of other games too, particularly NTE. NTE is a little bit of a different animal because NTE is just not the same kind of game. It's an urban, it is an open world, Unreal Engine world builder kind of deal. But it doesn't have the same type of scenery that Genshin and Wuthering Waves does. Nonetheless, it does have the same party Final Fantasy, 4-character party style combat with endgame modes and all that kind of stuff. NTE has shown a lot of promise in its opening patch. The live stream that just wrapped up yesterday looks very promising as well. And so Genshin Impact is in a lot of trouble if they don't make some serious changes. And I do want them to make these changes because I do love the game. It will always hold a special place in my heart. It was my first experience in gacha, and the game reminded me so much of Zelda, right? And so I was like immediately drawn to it, and like it's only gotten better from a story and exploration perspective as the years have gone on. But it seems like it's gotten progressively worse when it comes to how greedy the company is. And so take that for what it's worth. But yeah, maybe it's time for people to start like voting with their dollar, right? People tell you to vote with your dollar when it comes to other things, like, boycotting certain companies that you think are, have unethical practices or whatever. A lot of people wanted to boycott Amazon after COVID, for instance, that kind of thing. I'm sort of talking about the same type of situation here. And so I'm not telling anybody what to do, and I'm not even saying I'm going to stop playing this game. I won't. I like this game, and I'm excited for Snezhnaya, but I really just want the devs to course correct and realize they can be more generous and still make a lot of money, bro. They can. They absolutely can. It is, why does it have to be one or the other? Why can't you give 100 pulls per patch on average? Give people a chance. Give people a chance to get the new characters and experience the, experience the magic of this game instead of just having everybody be pissed off at you all the time, right? So that's where I'm at with it. That's my 2 cents on the hate that Hoyo is receiving. I think it's justified. I do. And I'd like to see things change. So that's where I'm at with it. Anyways.